Okay. So, good evening, students. Today we are going to see the topic Android architecture. So, before getting into today's concept, let me revise the yesterday's lecture. That is what we have seen last class. What architecture we have seen? iOS architecture. Am I right? So, in that we have software and hardware component. Where in software component we had a bunch of layers in which the layers which we have seen is core OS, core services, and the core services and the Cocoa Touch layer and media layer and the application. So these are the concepts which we have seen last class. So today we are going to see the Android architecture. So before getting into the architecture, we need to know first what is an Android. So, what is an Android? So, some people would be saying the Android is an operating system or a programming language. So, by end of the session, we'd be knowing what is an Android is. So, let's see the definition of an Android. So, what is the definition of an Android is? It is a mobile platform consists of operating system, middleware, and key applications. So this is the definition of Android. So Android, which is the mobile platform in which it consists of operating system and middleware and some key applications. So we can justify the definition by the architecture. Fine. So if you take up any device, any electronic device like a PC or mobile, we'd be having two components, which is software component or hardware component. So if you take up your Android application, that is Android device, which has two components, that is the software component or else the hardware component. So here the software component would be interacting with the hardware component directly. So directly it interacts and it will be accessing the process. So what is the abstraction of software and hardware is the operating system. So if you take up the software component and the hardware component, in the middle, the OS would be acting as a middleware. So coming on to this, that is the OS, which is going to be the middleware of the software component and the hardware component. In Android device, the OS which we are going to use is, which they have used is Linux kernel. So OS which is going to be Linux kernel. So why do we need OS, that is operating system? So what is the functionality and the what is the responsibility of the operating system is? That is, first and foremost, responsibility of an operating system is memory management. So if you take up memory management, when we create a file or else when we delete a file, we need to allocate the memory or else we need to deallocate the memory. So we'd be managing the memory based on the allocation and deallocation. So we need memory management. So next responsibility, if you take up, we have resource management. So what is resource management? When we have multitasking in our PCs, that is when we operate on computers, we'd not be only doing performing only one operation. We'd be doing so many operations like seeing movies and listening to music or else typing a word. So for this, each and every task we need to allocate the resources. So the process will be allocated for each and every task. So that management will be taken care by resource management. So the next responsibility which we have is driver management. So what does this driver management do is, when you take up a PC, we'd be inserting our pen drive, or else we'll be inserting some drivers. It's not needed to install any third party devices. That is, third party software is not necessary. So what happens here is the driver management would be having the inbuilt application. So this driver management will be taking care of it. So coming on to the next responsibility, which is power management. So the power management will be concentrating on the power based on the resources. The power management would be taken care. So as I said, OS, which is going to be the middleware for the software component and the hardware component. So we have some responsibilities for the OS. That is, the responsibilities, if you take up, memory management, resource management, driver management, and power management, which is necessary. So coming on to the next component. So the next component which we have is Android applications. So Android applications, if you take up, we write Android application with some programming languages. The programming languages which we use for writing our Android applications are Java, C, or C++, or .NET. So if you take up your Android application, the initial versions, when they started, the initial versions of Android applications, they have used the programming languages like C, C++, .NET. But right now, the latest versions of Android, if you take up, they are used, the programming language which they have used is Java. So this Android application, as I said, the initial, you should be clear that the initial versions, the programming languages which they have used is C++ or C or .NET. But the latest version of Android application were written in the programming language Java. So when we write our coding, programming languages, we need some support. So when we write Java programming language, the support with the support of SDK. And when we write the Android application with the language C or C++, we need the support with the NDK. If we are writing in .NET, we need the support of Mono Android. So this is what your Android applications, which is. So this Android application, which we are writing in programming language, which is Java. So what happens here? I need to have the Java library files which got to be imported so that I can use the Java programming language in my application, in my Android application. So for that, what happens here is we use these libraries. So the next component which we are going to see right now is libraries. So why do we need these libraries is we are writing the Android application using Java programming. So that Java programming has to import some libraries into the application. So that is one layer over here. So these libraries, if you take up, initially when you write the Java programming, we have the basic functions like reading file or writing a file. So for that, what we'll be using is we'll be using java.io.asterisk. So this is the package which we'll be using in our libraries, in the libraries. So when you take up, for example, that is networking, we need to have use some networking inside our application. So for that, what we use, that is networking in the sense client and server. That is a client sending some request and server sending the request, that is the file to the client. So this interaction would be done with the library files, which is java.net.asterisk. So these are the libraries which is in need. So for example, if you take up in Java, that is we are writing all our process in Java, and we are importing the basic core libraries, which is java.io.in, io dot asterisk, java.net dot asterisk for networking. So when we, that is this libraries, that is this application could not interact with low level media components. That is, for example, I can be more clear, that is low level media components in the sense displaying the GUI to your Android application, that is Android device. So this is not possible with your normal coding. If I want to include GUI, that is graphics, in my application, I cannot write the coding, the normal coding, in my Java coding. It is not uh, possible. So it is difficult. So for that, what we do is we need the help of other languages to incorporate the graphics inside our application. So for that, we use the native, that is the other languages which is said as native libraries. That is the other programming languages for graphics. We use what libraries, that is the languages which we use is OpenGL which is being used. So as I am clear, that is Android application which has been written in Java. So for since we are using Java as the programming language, we need to import the library files. Since we don't have, that is we cannot interact with the low level media, so we are extracting the native libraries, that is we are getting the support from other languages, which is OpenGL ES. Fine. So this is what the libraries, this is the reason why we use the libraries. Okay. So the next component which we are going to see is application framework. So what is application framework? So what is a framework? That is the framework which is going to give us the environment where the work and everything which is going to be more easier. So the infrastructure which is going to be created before in hand so that you can use it more easily. So for that, your application framework is used. For example, if you take up the location manager, for example, if you take up the location manager. So what happens generally, if I don't have this inbuilt manager, what do I do if I want to get some location? What do I do? I'd be requesting the GPS, and GPS will be communicating with the satellite, and the thousands of codings got to be written. So if you take up for each and every simple requirement, if we are going to type in so many lines of coding, no one would be using Android. So for that, what we'd be doing is we'd be having a framework for this application so that this location manager would be returning the position. So what happens? Each and every task which will be minimized, and we can get our configuration, that is dot config. We can use each and every functionalities which is being built in this application framework. So what are all the application framework which we have is Wi-Fi manager, location manager, Bluetooth manager, and the sensor manager. So these are the application frameworks which we have. Fine. So coming on to the next component is the Android runtime. So this Android runtime, why do we need that? As coming to the earlier one, as we are writing the Java, we are writing the programming. Android application is being written with the programming language Java. This Java coding is being compiled by using SDK, by using SDK, and this output, what is going to be the output for this Java file is a Java bytecode, which is going to be generated. So this Java byte code, which is going to be the input. That is for Android runtime, what uh, machine which we are going to use is Dalvik Virtual Machine. That is for runtime, we are going to use Dalvik Virtual Machine. For Java, if you take up, we use Java Virtual Machine. That kind we are going to use in Android runtime. We are going to use the runtime software, which is Dalvik Virtual Machine. So what happens here is the Java file that is being executed in that is the compiled by SDK, and that output which is going to be the input for Dalvik Virtual Machine. So that Dalvik Virtual Machine, which has so many files, that is the Java bytecode, which is going to be the class file. So this class file will be converted into .dex file. So you would be asking why we are converting it, why the class file is not used directly. Why are we converting the class file into .dex file? That is, I can be more clear. That is why, because is this class file Java bytecode, if you take up, which has the huge capacity, that is which has a huge number of files, which needs more power consumption, and which need more memory management, and you need to have the more size in RAM, so which can be used in your normal PCs. But if you take up the Android device, we cannot use much a huge file in it. So for that, what are we doing is we are converting this class file into .dex file, which is a single file, which is being converted. So into .dex file. So here, what happens here is dot, that is the class file, the huge file, which is heavy weighted, and that is being converted into .dex file, the single file, which is light weighted. So this is how your Android runtime which is being executed. Okay, fine. So as we have discussed earlier, we have said the definition, that is we can recollect the definition of our Android. So what is the definition which I have said? Android is a mobile platform which has operating system, middleware, and key applications. Am I right? So here, the mobile platform, the operating system, which is going to be your OS, operating system, which is the Linux kernel, and the middleware, which is going to be your application. That is, this is going to be your middleware application framework, and the libraries and the Android runtime, which is going to act as your middleware, and the key applications, which is going to be your Android applications. So this is what your definition of your Android. So right now we are more clear that Android is not a operating system, it is not a programming language, it is a mobile platform. So this is what your Android architecture is. It is all of the software component and the hardware component. In between we have the middleware as the OS, and then the component which we had is Android applications, the latest version of Android application which is being written in Java programming, and then we have seen application framework where our work would be easier by having different managers, and for writing the Java programming we need libraries. So these are the architecture which we have in Android. So students, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. You can unmute. Hello, any doubts, pa? So here we complete our fifth unit. So we have completed our fifth unit. So this is what your Android architecture is. And if you have any doubts, you can clarify it. You have said no doubts, no issues. Okay, thank you. 35. இதோ நான் அட்மிட் இதோ வந்துட்டான்டா நான் அட்மிட் கொடுத்துருக்கேன். இங்க அட்மிட்னு கொடுத்துட்டேனே. இதோ வந்துட்டான்டா. டக்குன்னு எடு பாப்போம். ஸ்கிரீன்ஷாட்ட. இல்ல அருண்ராஜ் இருக்கும்போது எடுத்துரு. அது நமக்கு ப்ரூஃப். நெட்வொர்க் போயிட்டு போயிட்டு வருது. அவன் உள்ள இருக்கிறதுக்கு ப்ரூஃப். அருண்ராஜ் இருக்கு. போதும்பா போதும்பா. டேய் அந்தந்த ஸ்டாஃப் கிட்ட கேட்டு வாங்கிக்கோ. அதான் பெஸ்ட். நான் அனுப்பிச்சுடுறேன். நான் சொல்லு. ஜூம்ல இல்லடா. அதுதான்டா ஆதர்ஷும் நானும் இன்னைக்கு ஸ்கைப்ல டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பார்த்தோம். அது கொஞ்சம் நல்லா தான் இருக்கு. அப்புறம் அதெல்லாம் கேன்சல்லாம் இல்லடா. அதுதான் அது நாங்க ட்ரை பண்ணியிருக்கோம். அப்புறம் அதெல்லாம் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணுவீங்கடா. குட் பாய்ஸ்ரா நீங்க. என்ன? அதெல்லாம் சொல்லலாம்டா. சொல்லலாம் சொல்லலாம். நான் என்னோட சப்ஜெக்ட்டுக்கு என்னன்னு சொல்லி சொல்றேன். என்ன படிக்கணும்னு. அத மட்டும் படிங்க. நம்மளுக்கு என்ன 4த் யூனிட்ல தான்ப்பா. 4த் யூனிட் தான். சோ 4த் யூனிட்ல ப்ராப்ளம் என்ன அப்படின்னு பாத்துக்கலாம். முடிய போகுதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். முடிஞ்சுச்சா?